Howdy folks and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk to you about a World War I shooter that has blown away every expectation I had, from its stunning visuals to its intense gameplay and sheer brutality. ISONZO was released in September 2023, and to be honest, I had never heard of the game until it went on sale a couple of weeks ago. I also wasn't searching out for any World War I games since I didn't really like Battlefield 5. Regardless, something caught my eye about ISONZO, and I'm glad it did. Maybe it was the beautiful Italian countryside getting bombarded by artillery. Or was it the Austrian mountain peaks being covered by smoke thicker than a college kid's dorm room?
Alle B, fratelli, alle B! Oh, that was a big explosion.
Maybe it was the most satisfying bolt action gameplay I've experienced in a first-person shooter. Plus, this might sound a little weird to the non-gamers, this game has one of the best blood mists or blood sprays I've ever experienced. It makes sniping enemies from church towers hundreds of meters away really satisfying. It brings me back to the days where I didn't really know what was going on around me in a multiplayer game, in the best of ways. Let's start with the gameplay, since if you've played a Battlefield game or something along those lines, you'll fit right in and easily understand the mechanics. Each map has an attacker and a defender. The attackers are trying to push objectives, which either can be capture a point or blow up some important infrastructure or weapon. You have multiple classes at your disposal, ranging from engineers that can build barbed wire and machine gun nests, to playing mountaineers that have increased stamina and health. I think that's where ISONZO really pulled me in. There's actual depth to this game. You have to unlock your weapons with each class. Now, some youngsters might have a problem not having the best weapons unlocked at the start, but this is the way to go. It reminded me how satisfying unlocking weapons in multiplayer games could be. For example, when I finally unlocked the marksman scope, which you're only allowed one per team per game, I honestly felt that I had earned it through my accomplishments with my military faction. Even though lots of things are locked behind classes and levels, I never felt like I couldn't do damage in battle. Positioning can be crucial in defending an objective, and not alerting the enemy until it's too late. Another class that is critically important is the officer role. They can call in some of the best supports in the game, like mustard gas or artillery.
Damn it, we almost had that. Alright, I'm falling back.
But officers can't do it alone, and they need people to spot out targets for them to have better accuracy, which is a really interesting gameplay mechanic. There was a lot of work happening behind the scenes during these chaotic battles. If a team worked together and secured a defendable place, the attackers would have to find some ingenious ways of attacking the position. Or while defending, don't just stand there, try to create a flank in their back lines and cause chaos. I very much enjoyed that each match felt familiar, but had a different flow, if that makes any sense. I would love to see more communication happening during games, since there is voice chat, and a simple strategy can change the tide of battle very quickly. The only voice interaction I had was about prosciutto, which is kind of fitting for this game.
Yo, prosciutto parmesan.
Prosciutto da Parma, hey, I'm walking here.
Prosciutto da Parma.
It's the best prosciutto. The sound in this game is so impressive, but not perfect. They got so much right, whether it was the artillery shells raining down on you, or getting sniped in the head, and I honestly touched my forehead once or twice. It's that visceral. No, you got me. What? I loved hearing the battle whistles blaring in the background and hearing "Avanti, Avanti" as we charged a trench. You truly feel like you're in World War I, and don't even get me started with the voice actors. They do a great job pretending they're getting mutilated in the worst of ways.
Gib mir Deckung! Ich muss nachladen! Halt in diese Stellung!
But for all those amazing qualities of sound, there was one thing that kind of annoyed me. Now, hear me out. This is my opinion, and I'm not stuck with it, especially since I don't play this game competitively. I thought the sound might be too encompassing. I mean, you hear everything. There really isn't a mix to it. For example, if a plane is flying overhead, there's no way to hear any footsteps or, quite honestly, any of the gunfire sometimes. You'll die a lot to just people being somehow behind you. Was this just me? The visuals of ISONZO made it stand out in a sea of first-person shooters. The developers did a great job showcasing the sheer brutality of World War I and a front that we don't see depicted in media a lot. I was absolutely blown away by some of the interior buildings that they had, and the maps themselves had so much detail. Plus, the destruction of towns and cities you're fighting in not only has a visual effect, but a gameplay effect too. I cannot describe how awestruck I was at attacking certain positions, knowing that real people had to do this. There are a bunch of maps, and it seems like the developers are working on a couple more, which is a good thing 2 years after release. What ISONZO has is a really solid base, and I would love to see this game grow in popularity since peak players is only around 400. If you're not a fan of bolt-action rifles, you might want to stay clear of this game, but I would really give it a shot first. You don't know how you'll feel until you try it. And once you get the shooting mechanics, it's one of the most satisfying experiences. Plus, you'll unlock your pistol around level 3, so if you want an automatic weapon, they are there. You can also play Assault class and there is machine guns, but the majority of the time you will be using a bolt action. It's been a while since I've played a multiplayer shooter where I felt satisfied with the progression system. I cannot stress this enough, but this game makes you feel accomplished. If you're looking for a good World War I shooter, look no further than ISONZO. With a great progression system, beautiful visuals, and a great depiction of the brutality of World War I would highly recommend picking this up. Now, I did get ISONZO for 50% off during the sale, and I'm sure it will be on sale again if $30 is too steep for a multiplayer-only game. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, please check out my channel. There's something there for everyone. I make sure of it. And as always, see you next time.